All right, guys, Rooster here in Tennessee. Got another good video for you here, or at least we hope it will be. A good piece of equipment anyway. JB150 made by Wawasee, or Black Cat. JB150 Modulator, if you will. It does fall into that class as a what we would refer to as a modulator. That meaning whatever dead key you put into it or whatever carrier you put into it, it's going to key the same or less. It's not going to multiply your dead key. So a lot of linear amplifiers, let's say you put a 4-watt dead key into one, you're going to get some multiplication there. You know, it may dead key 20 watts, 15 watts. It's going to dead key more than what you put into it. Not the case with these little modulators. You're able to maintain a low carrier while adding some swing. So that's the goal of these, which we'll demonstrate here. But for example, let's say you had a Browning or a Tram and it's dead keying 4 watts and it's swinging 15 or 16. You put one of these little JB12s in line, that 4-watt carrier is either going to stay the same or it may drop to 2 watts, and instead of swinging 15 or 16 watts, you'll now be swinging, you know, 50, 60, 70, 80 watts, something like that. That's just an example. I'll kind of show you how it works. If you're not familiar, we'll demonstrate how it works here. But super nice. I do have the screws for it. I just figured it'd be cool to have the lids off of it and show you. The big tube you see there is a 8417, pretty durable tube. The meter does work on this amp. Hey, check, check, audio, check, 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 audio. So everything works on it. It's really simple. You've got a standby switch right here, power switch right here, and you've got a little adjustment in the back for your tuning and what have you. So a really simple amp. This one's in really nice shape. Again, it's the JB150. The difference in the 12 and the 150, I believe, is the 150 has 2 tubes here, where the JB12 is only going to have a single tube. So these are relatively rare. There's one on eBay right now that I think has the original box with it, but they're selling it for parts as is. I think it's up to $180 and has some time left on it. So just to give you kind of idea of what they bring. Of course, selling this outside of eBay, I'll do somebody fair on it for what it is. We're going to go ahead and put it in standby, and I'm going to try to straddle this thing and work with my watt meter here and not try to get hit by this transformer. So I probably should have moved this thing over to the right so I had a path to my meter, but we're going to do the best we can. I'm just going to show you the output of my radio, and before somebody thinks I'm committing a tube amp genocide here, I do have the voltage turned back on my power supply. So we're only feeding the radio with 12.5 volts, and that's going to keep the output pretty low, so we're not really overdriving this amp. Really, I wouldn't put over around 20 to 25 watts PEP into this max. Ideally around 15 to 20 watts peak. I think we're going to be around 25 or so. But we'll show you what we're doing dead key wise and peak power wise. That way we've got a good reference. Here we go. We'll go ahead and key up. Okay, so we're rocking with a 3-watt dead key right now, looking at that 50-watt scale. Hello, and we're swinging to about 6.5 average. Now that is really a pretty good representation, because that 6.5 watts average, and just talking around 5 or 6, that's really about what an old tube type radio would do. So this is going to be a pretty good replication, I guess you'd say, of what running a old tube radio into this thing would do. And now we're on peak. Audio, check, check, 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 audio, check, check. So we're doing about 25. Again, that's the absolute max I would probably put into one of these. It'd be nice if we could be around 20 watts. But again, the average power is not that high, so we're not really going to be driving it too awfully hard. We just put a 100-watt slug in here now, 100-watt element. We're going to go ahead and turn the amp on. So the amp is out of standby mode. We're now on average power, so let's check and see what our dead key does. So now we're looking at the bottom scale. The first hash mark is going to be 10 watts instead of 5. So I hope you guys get a good look at that. What is that, about 2.5 watts, probably 3? maybe about 3 watts. So it's not keying any more than we were putting into it. It's actually keying the exact same, maybe a little bit less. That's exactly what you want a modulator to do. Okay, so now let's modulate it and see what it does. Average power. Hello. Hello. Radio, radio, radio. Audio, audio. Hello, audio. If we get up in it, about 30 watts average, but really in the high 20s. And let's go to PEP. Audio, check, check, check. Audio, check, check. Audio, just past 100. Audio, check, check, check. Well, really right about 100 watts exactly. And I really don't know if that's about what these things are supposed to do, but I do know that it's holding good power. It's not falling back, so that's always a good sign. It holds a good tune. I don't have to come back and fiddle with it or anything like that, and you can see it's holding over there really well. So 100 watts PEP, 25 watts PEP in, 100 watts PEP out, 6 watts average in, and 28 to 30 watts average out. Audio, check, check, check. Audio, check, check, check. Audio. So there you guys go. Audio. Hello, hello, hello. Audio. That's it. Hope you guys enjoy. That's the Wawasee JB150. It will be up for sale. Questions, comments, complaints, let me know. I will ship it. What I'll end up doing is pulling the tubes out of it and put them in a little box, wrap them in bubble wrap, and then obviously pack the amp well too. So Wawasee JB150, Black Cat 150, whatever you want to call it. That's it, guys. All right, hope everybody has a good one out there. Rooster in Tennessee. Questions, comments, complaints, let me know. Shoot me a text, 423-299-3535. See you, bye.